Hey everyone, it's Eugene, and welcome back to Real and Remote at Rothway, a place to get to know the people of Group 1 for the work they do, but also for who they are as a person. I hope y'all are ready for another great episode today. Today, I'm joined by Judith Palacios. I told you, I knew I was going to mess up as soon as we got to it, and again, I did. How do you pronounce your last name again?
Palacios,
okay. Yeah, I can mimic you saying it, but like trying to think of myself, I just horrible. But yeah, thank you, Judith, for coming on with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so just to start off, how's your day going so far?
Great, just came back from the holidays, so it's been really good today.
Okay, that is good to hear. I know like this past week was busy for me, but busy in a good way, a lot of work going on, so great thing, coming back from the holiday, getting a chance to see family, relax, back to work now to it.
Absolutely.
All right, that's good to hear. So just to get us started, let us get to know a little bit about you. How long have you been with Group 1, and what is your role with the company?
Sure. So I've been with Group 1 approximately 6 years. I am a talent acquisition specialist here within Group 1. So yeah.
Okay. That's pretty good. How long have you been, have you always been a talent acquisition specialist or any other roles within Group 1?
No, I actually started as a remote, back then was a remote, so as a service coordinator.
Okay.
After approximately a year within the company, I did move to the teleservice team, and then went back to pandemic, so we moved back as a service coordinator, and then this opportunity came as a recruiter within Rothway.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Thought about it. I've done recruitment in the past for education. I have a passion for it, and then here I am after a few years later that I was able to successfully staff up for the call center
and I know that, especially through the pandemic times, I can imagine how difficult that had to be.
It was. It really was. It was a roller coaster, but we made it through. So we were able to staff up the call center as well as the online sales team. Corporate did see that. And then I was offered the opportunity to come and move here and work as a recruiter now for dealerships as well as for the BSC.
Okay, that is amazing. Like, especially like just within that, getting a chance to see people, the growth within Group 1. So that's like amazing just to see. Started off from the SDC, various positions. Obviously, pandemic affected us all.
Yes.
And just the growth within that and continuous growth is just amazing to see what you're doing now. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. I think mainly it's been a journey. I think most of my managers, my coworkers have been mentors, and I've really taken what they've taught me throughout the years, right, to be able to be successful and just really putting out the hard work. But from my coaches, my trainers, my team leads, my coworkers, right?
Of course.
I think that's been my success, being able to get a little bit from everyone.
Okay, yeah, that's amazing. I feel like on one of our previous podcasts, I think when we had some of our managers on, like BSC leadership, that was a big thing. They were speaking about like just being a sponge to information, taking it in, and you're a perfect example of it, just taking in information from everyone around you and just putting in the work to make it actually end result having something. So that's really great to see, and hearing you speak about it, just kind of to anybody out there, just can, hey, we can always grow within the company. Group 1's an amazing place and so much potential to grow. So within joining Group 1, was this your first time working in the automotive industry?
Yes. It was an eye-opening experience, but yes, this was my first time within the automotive industry. Okay,
yeah, I feel like we have a lot of people with that being the case, myself included. So within joining Group 1 and getting in the automotive industry, has there been anything that you can think about or specify that was like a surprising or kind of eye-opening moment information?
Yes, I think mainly I learned my phone skills. It's very different having a customer in front of you. I've always had either patients or customers in front of me. It's very different whenever you're on the other side of a phone. They can't see a smile.
Yeah, it's hard to convey that a little bit.
Exactly. Being compassionate, right, to certain situations. I think it taught me phone skills and being more patient, understanding, right? I think that was different. it was a learning curve.
Okay. I definitely get that because I know you can sometimes hear a smile, but it's just not the same. It's literally seeing like a smile that can just glow and bring you up, and it's hard to convey that. So I definitely get that. Okay, so yeah, that's definitely myself. Like I'm not speaking to customers as much now, but I definitely know that case of trying to like convey or even compassion, especially like you're speaking with someone who's in a situation. It's like I'm so sorry for what you're going through, and conveying that the words don't quite give it when you can kind of be there for somebody. So I get why you say that with the phone compared to in person.
Absolutely.
Okay, definitely. All right, so let's switch up a little bit. Get a little bit off of group one. So when you're not on company time, what are some of the things that you like to do to enjoy yourself?
I'm a big foodie.
Okay.
I think...
We are here.
Yes. I love cooking. That's one of my passions, cooking.
We are not so here anymore. I will do that, but if I cannot, I will not.
I used to do a lot of road biking. Once I moved to Houston, that was a little setback just because traffic here is very unforgiving. And
there's not road biking?
Road biking,
is
yes.
Is that like for travels or just like for fun? I've never done it, and I don't think I've heard it phrased that way, so it sounds new to me.
Just biking. Just biking.
Okay.
Road biking, yeah. So I used to do that a lot. I think I stepped back a little bit more just because of traffic or not having those trails available. Not originally from Houston, so that was a little bit different.
Okay, so yes, that definitely I agree with you because I know like comparatively to like Austin, I know they're a lot more structured for like biking, having accessibility to it. But yeah, Houston had moments, areas downtown, but it's not quite as set up. You have to definitely get out to find a trail or something like that, Memorial Park.
Absolutely.
Or something. So I definitely get you with that. With that, do you have any, especially with like road biking or anything like that, do you have any fun or interesting stories about yourself that you'd like to share with us? It doesn't, of course, have to be embarrassing, but sometimes those are the best stories. So.
Well, any stories specifically? I think, I think just enjoying the journey within the company, right? I think best stories come from the BSC. I can still remember Gabby and I going, dressing up as Selena and Selena's husband, right? I think just thinking back on the fun we had, right? We used to have Halloween. We used to really decorate those cubicles. We were very competitive.
Very much so.
Exactly. I think those are things that I keep dear. And those are sometimes the most embarrassing. I mean, I was walking around with the mustache and the little guitar, right? It's Selena for life. I don't know if you saw those pictures a few years ago.
I'm trying to remember, but I know we've definitely had some moments just like with Halloween and even like customer service. We dress up in like wacky days on those. So I know it's definitely some pictures and things to go through. So yeah,
we had good times.
Okay. With that, I was going to ask about Group 1 noteworthy moments, but that's a noteworthy moments right there. It sounds like a handful working in the BSC. All right, so I guess getting back and staying on with Group 1. Group 1, of course, is a large company, but we do have our base core values that we use to shape the company and move forward. They are all important, but for you, do you have any one of them that you select to say like that stands out with you and you try to use moving forward within Group 1 and like just your day-to-day?
Sure. I think one of the ones that I really, again, that teamwork, right? Professionalism, doing the right thing. I think that's within any role within Group 1 that I've really taken into heart, right? Treating others with respect, right? I think all those core values really hit hard, just because that's how I've been able to succeed. Sometimes it's very difficult things to do, right? Especially whenever you mess up, you don't want to really admit to messing up, but I think that makes you grow, right?
Exactly.
Doing the right thing, right? Even though it's sometimes very hard conversations to have. But I think all of them really, in regards to the core values, have hit hard for me.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I completely agree with you. Great set of core values that we have. Teamwork, especially, as you were saying, just because, I mean, one it's just great to work with each other. Like right now, teamwork, we can have a conversation, just getting to speak to the people that you work with. So I feel like that's always amazing. And even when you were talking about earlier with like being a sponge, like that goes into like the teamwork, like of being able to talk to people and absorb information, give information. So it's just like an amazing thing. So I definitely agree with you on those. All right, switching up a little bit, going back to the city of Houston. I believe you were saying this earlier. Houston is an amazing city filled with amazing people, like myself, who have moved here. So, are you originally from Houston, just to confirm?
No, I was born in Mexico, Aguascalientes,
Okay.
Mexico.
One more time, how do you pronounce it?
Sure, Aguascalientes, which the translation is hot waters, Mexico, right?
Okay.
At the age of 3, we moved to Mount Pleasant, Texas. It's more northeast Texas. It's about 4.5, 5-hour drive. And then I went to the University of Texas in Tyler, so I did my undergrad and part of my master's there. So I lived there for quite some time.
Spent some time out there.
And then I moved here to Houston. So I've been here in Houston maybe more than 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're around the same time spent in Houston, so okay. All right, I'll definitely understand. I love the city myself. Do you have any favorite parts of the city, like since joining and coming here?
I always take people to the Memorial City, not the Memorial City, but the, what is it? Downtown for sure. But I think mainly the food places.
We have
Chinatown,
amazing
Westheimer. I may go to a few parks, but honestly, it's the food. I think because of the diversity in Houston, we have the best food.
It really is. Like that's one of my biggest. Even when I travel, sometimes like going to others and even like larger cities, but it's still just something about Houston just hits different for me. I just love the food, the food options we have.
Yes.
As you said, whether you're going to like Asia Town, downtown, really any side of Houston, you almost can't lose going anywhere. It's going to be some amazing
You always
food.
have to find that little hole in the wall. Those are the best.
Exactly.
Grandma, mom, or someone's cooking.
Somebody's personal home recipe. So
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, I definitely agree with you on that. I know, like, I think in the upcoming, should be released, Rothway newsletter in Asia Town. I think Atcha was a place I went to. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but it was like I remember the drinks, but amazing food, had great chicken sandwiches. It was just like a surprise, but happy that I tried it and look forward to going again.
Absolutely, and some of these places stay open until very late. 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30. Don't ask me how I know, but yes.
No idea. We all roll in places sometimes. It's like our hunger, our bellies lead us.
Exactly, that food. Exactly, yeah.
Okay, definitely. With that, do you have any, if you have like one or two, any places that you can think of that's like one of your favorite Houston spots? Like if you were recommending, this is a spot I recommend trying out. And it could be like one of the popular ones everyone.
Oh, I love Casera. Casera Persian Asian Casera Grill, that's one of them. I like Fufu, not the cafe, but the restaurant.
And how's this Casa the place? It sounds like I have not been there, and it sounds interesting. I'm about to add it to my list.
It's the beautiful place to go and be. But it's
add that on to future
you need to add to that list.
That's the way you explain. Like that sounds like something I would definitely like to try out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And you said Costa. What was the second one?
It's called Fufu.
Fufu. Okay. What type of food is that?
It's I think either. Don't quote me if it's Chinese or Japanese. But they stay open pretty late, but their menu is delicious. There's the cafe portion, and then there's the restaurant. I recommend going to the restaurant. It takes a little bit longer, but the reason why is because it's always full.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, definitely two places I will be adding to my list and trying out. I love food just as much as how you're talking about it, so I definitely would love to try those out. All right. So one of our last questions, I don't have too many more for you. Obviously, group one, and just in life, we all go through things. We face moments in life that grow us, and this can be just whether it's a memory or something that made us smile or hardship that made us push through a moment. What is something that you feel deeply emotional or passionate about that motivates you?
I think within my current role, you always ask yourself what pushes you, what drives you, right? And in the current role and the previous one as well, is that I felt that I made a difference, right, within my customers, especially with my Latinos, right? A lot of customers didn't know what the experience as going into the dealership, right? A little bit longer conversations over the phone, but explain them a little bit more and making them feel comfortable coming into a dealership, right? And now within the role that I currently have is looking at those applicants, right? If someone has a referral, reaching out to them, because that's at the end of the day, looking at a resume, that's someone's life. It's an honor to see someone's resume because that's their life struggle, their successes. It's everything, right? Exactly. And it's a privilege to see that. And for you to be able to be a part of that journey with them, if they are a good fit with our company, that's a lot. That holds a lot of value, right? And then those particular candidates, hopefully if they do join the company and they see how the value within our company, then they refer a few other friends, and it's just a cycle, right? We are making a difference as recruiters. At least that's how I feel, right?
Of course, like even like what you said, like a part of the cycle, you're literally the beginning part for people's long journey within Group 1. Like we have people been here forever, and a recruiter was the beginning of their journey for them. Exactly. Okay, so I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I don't have too many more. One of my last questions. Okay. We are an automotive company, so before we leave, I have to ask you, what is your dream vehicle? And this can be anything. It can be the most basic, just like a simple vehicle, to the most complicated, biggest body vehicle. It could even be a concept, old school. What would be your dream vehicle?
Just a Lexus. I think that's my grown-up car.
Just a Lexus?
Just a Lexus. Which one, I don't know. Okay. I find them very cute.
I was just at Lexus dealership, and there are some amazing Lexus there, so yes. I definitely agree with you on that. You more of a sedan, SUV?
More of an SUV.
SUV, okay. Got a lot of RXs, NXs models. And I know a Lexus is one of those brands that's getting pretty electric now, too, so I have a lot of different options when it comes to choosing with them. Yeah. All right. Love all those answers. Before we get out of here, did you have anything you would want to share with our audience or anything that you'd like to add on?
I think for anyone that does want to move within Group 1 at a different opportunity, right? It's just, hey, always follow those core values, right? Mm-hmm. There's one thing that Gwen and Marvita always says, trust the process, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think just with that, oh gosh, how can I put this? Just put in the work. I think in life, really no one's going to hand you anything. But if you put that hard work, that dedication, people see that. You never know who's looking. You really don't. At the end of the day, as long as you're doing the right thing, you're working hard, there's someone that's going to see that. And you never know. I think that's what I've experienced. That hard work does go a long way in doing the right thing.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I mean, especially like with the growth you've had, it's just a perfect example of the hard work showing off and people noticing. And you've been able to grow within the company, and that's amazing. And like I know for myself, even my change that I've had within Group 1 is just kind of, doing the work, continue on, and people seeing it. And it's appreciated. Like when you appreciate when you are appreciated. So.
Absolutely. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
In regards to, I think we both started around the same time, and it's been fun to see people move into different roles. Yeah,
it's amazing. Like, it's great to see someone like you start with just with whatever direction going. Just you're doing better. You're growing within it. It's amazing to see somebody doing well. So I love this for you as well.
Yeah,
just being able to do this interview was like, I remember me and Judith were here. Now we're both over here, but it's.
We used to sit right next to each other.
Literally. So this has been a great one. I really appreciate this so much. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So, of course, this has been Eugene with the Real and Remote at Rothway podcast. Thank you, Judith, so much for coming on with us. I really appreciate this conversation, getting a chance to catch up with you. And as I said, it's been a great conversation. I hope everyone listening and watching has enjoyed this as much as I have. And on that note, just please be sure to leave a comment. Let us know what you're liking. Until then, I will see you all on the next episode. Y'all have a great day.